instead of learning how to win the game. In other words, if you are studying the London or any opening variation, how much will that really reward you toward winning a game versus learning specific strategic methods, maneuvers, plays, or honing your endgame skills toward pocketing further points and thereby gaining rating points. Our goal is that everyone should have an opportunity to become a better player. That is far more important than any individual win for rating points, because honestly, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. Let's get the lights on. Check our display status because we were off yesterday and the day before. And we are trying our best to get this. Yeah, I'm looking in the wrong direction, right? But we are under the gun here, so let's just play a normal I want to win this type of game opening. Really? Can I play it that way? Let's just see what happens. It's possible that he wants to do it the way that I would like to do it. Can we go with an advanced development here? This could be very difficult to win. We will try. Wow. I do not know what to say, folks. I just do not know what to say. That was a good move if you don't like winning. But, Syllabi. There we go. Thud. 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 It just keeps getting worser and worser. OMG. That way we don't hold up anybody from the from the average. The new 1 second. Trying to rearrange everything so that I'm looking. I have not seen the new Twitch terms of service update. Darkblade. Oh no. What do I need to watch out for? Am I in trouble? Am I not allowed to stream on multiple platforms anymore if I'm an affiliate or a partner? This could be trouble. If I have to choose. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm not sure how interesting, but okay. I did not see that at all. How are we doing over here on this one? Thank you for telling me. I don't necessarily know if I'm worried about this. Is there, what is the great concern at the moment? What is the great concern? Ron, what's going on here, sir? You have a beautiful position. I've gone with knight to d4 instead of that one because I saw him playing this. We don't have a back rank problem, so all this is good. The opponent's in big trouble as we get the bishop pair. I don't know if we had to go there. I might have gone to a8 right away because this move was coming anyway. He's got another knight that can go to d5, unfortunately, and we might be invincible here. So sooner or later, we probably had to play knight to d4 previously, maybe with the same intention. A knight to e4, possibly. What was he concerned about? Might have still played knight e4. But they're under the 30-second mark, so all hands are tied. Knight c4, knight b6, knight c4, knight a5, knight f5. This is going to be interesting. Can it be won? Stefano, always the pesky customer. Oops. I might have gone the other way. I might have gone the other way just so that I could attack f6 at the same time. Interesting. Now, checks only help to improve the opponent, by the way. They really do. They only help to improve the opponent. This could be tricky. Yeah, I can't believe that he checked you all the way up. All right. What's the word? Is it not from Isaac Asimov, I hope? The father of robotics. Oh, no. Let's check it out. Thank you for the link. Wait, that's for the monster in the the monster in the forest. Okay, I see. There's a monster in the forest that speaks with 1,000 voices. It will answer any question you pose it and offer insight to any idea. It will help you. It will thank you. It will never bid you leave. It will even tell you the darkest of of the darkest arts if you know precisely how to ask. It feels no joy, no sorrow. It knows no right, no wrong. It knows not truth from lie, though it speaks them all the same. It offers its services freely to any passer-by. Many will tell you they find great value in its conversation. You must simply visit the monster. I always just ask the monster. There are those who know these forests well. Oh no, I accidentally withdrew. I forgot that I withdrew, but I got paired anyway. Arg. Terribly sorry to anyone who got a full point buy like Stefano. It offers its services freely to any passerby. There are those who know these forests well. They will tell you that freely offered doesn't mean it has no price. For when the next traveler passes by, the monster speaks with 1,001 voices, and when you dream you see the monster wears your face. Fascinating. It is stealing content from everyone that it interacts with. For example, I corrected it on a couple of things regarding World Chess Championship history. The Charles Stanley versus Eugene Rousseau match, for example. Ah, that's what I did not ask it about. I like to have conversations with it about chess to see what it knows, and I do try to correct it when I can. My most recent conversation, Dark Blade, was the whether or not Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary who recently quit because she realized she was possibly in line for criminal charges later on, who knows. But the rumor was, though I can't verify that it's not true, she was on the plane from Ankara, Turkey, when Donald Trump ducked out via a catering truck to leave all of them on the plane, being aimed at by a missile. Apparently, Air Force One was targeted by a hand-launched missile from the ground not far out of the airport. So rather than take everyone off the plane or stop the plane, they decided to leave everyone on the plane to get blown to bits, while he, via a catering truck, escaped to another plane out of sight and out of mind. While everyone on board was left as the decoy target for a surface-to-air missile that was threatened to be launched by a local in Iran. Very nice of him. Very, very nice of him. She recently had a little one, and she was back from maternity leave, I believe, and she decided to retire her post. So when I searched most of the services, they believed that she was on the flight with the White House press corps. And because she was on the flight with the White House press corps, that is one of the reasons why she decided to retire from her position. Death is checkmate. Life is chess. Chess is life. Anyone want to answer with football is life? Any Ted Lasso fans? How are you? Death is checkmate. Namaste. Would like to see how our team is building here. We're up to almost 6,600 members. We seem to be gaining almost every day. which is very lovely. We're gaining more than we are losing every day as long as we are advertised in the Lichess Swiss tournaments page. Play Swiss tournaments. There are a lot of those that like to play in the Swiss tournament. They get time between rounds. For example, the Malcolm Pein Blitz Swiss is going on right now with 12 participants. Malcolm, happy birthday wherever you are. And there are so many tournaments that are beginning even before the I Am Malcolm Pein Rapid Swiss in 1 hour. And then tomorrow, followed by the day after. You can see that we run these World Championship Blitzes the 17th of August. Oh, I forgot to finish the job on what we were doing earlier when I was almost late to the round.
You don't play on chess.com, thoughtful face emoji.
I don't play games, unfortunately. I only play chess. Chess can only be found on Lichess. Most gamers and I would say the world's amateurs play on chess.com. Chess.com is the #1 site in the world for amateurs. It provides so much at such a price that there is no substitute for the best of the world's amateurs. I do like it because they pay professional players to play on their site, so someone has to pay for that. And that means that your money is going to a good wallet, even if it is the two owners from the Hans Niemann movies' pockets. I can't remember the other one's name besides Danny Wrench. I'm drawing a blank. What is the other founder / owner of chess.com? I don't think Danny Wrench is an owner. I think he is a show. He works for them. Ziggy, who are the owners of chess.com. Ziggy's not talking to me today. Who are the owners of chess.com? Eric, I'll be best. That's who I was thinking of.
Premium means they don't care about anyone learning chess.
Is this true? Good morning, Ron. How are you, man? No, I think they do care about everyone learning chess. They just want it.
Painkiller today.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear that. Which is your preferred painkiller? Ibuprofen? Wow. The 4 Knights game from Stefano. Daylight come and me one go home.
Yup, that may or may not happen.
I'm sorry. I am going to turn that volume down. I'm glad you reminded me. Turning it down 3/4 to the same as the Voxbot voices, by the way. I am terribly, terribly sorry about that. Aha. I need to find the Streamlabs again. What's going on here? Oh, there it is. And now daylight come and me one go home.
I at last convinced myself to join for some morning blitz and my opponent is sleeping.
Oh no, I'm so sorry about that. They do go to sleep in the Swiss. This is the only drawback to it. Wow, he let me steal his pawn. That's craziness, right? All right, we're going after this one. Daylight come and me one go home. So I do believe that the Gukesh versus Sindarov match is going to be very close. There's no doubt in my mind that it will be anything but a real cat fight. Now, of course, the pawn on d6 could have been hanging had he approached this properly, right? That's okay. Is bishop g5 a problem? It is a problem. So let's go in this direction. And are we going to attack him in any way? I'm looking for any entrance point for his queen or whatnot. We'll go this way. Yes. So is he going to take anything that I am concerned about? I don't know. I think we need to hit this a little more urgently. Right? Just to make sure that this is not not at all what we expected. Let's get our stuff moving. We got to move it, move it. We've got to move it. tempted to take on b2 first, but we're going to get the main gist of the pawns moving ourselves before anything happens like that. Can I? Should I? Would I? Will I? I have a dark squared bishop. The c1 square is a wee bit under control. Daylight come and we want to go home. All right, so now for the moment of truth. How is he going to attack me? Let's just make sure that everything is guarded. Gain time.
You're more senior than most players. How would you say chess skill help us in like other than like impressing ladies or kids?
Impressing women and children. Fascinating. So here a check, there a check, everywhere a check, check. Darn it. You have this option, don't you? I think it's game over. I could be wrong. Interesting. I was fairly certain that he was going to play it a different way. All right, the new cologne is paying off. The new cologne is paying off. Chess skill helps you build character. It unfortunately also defines some of your character skills. So if you are a jerk at the chessboard, it is probably because you are a jerk in life. So chess skills, I love your question, sir. Chess skills actually help you define and refine character that can reward you in real life. So, for example, if you are able...
Look, another move rxc1 ung 4 then rh1, mate, I think.
Let's check it out. Ron has a point. So how would chess skills help us in ways in life other than impressing ladies or kids? Well, let's do this. We're going to flip this board. We're going to turn on the opening book so that we can see what our player database looks like. And after D4, we're trying to bring up our C5s. Yes.
Game.
So in this particular position, of all of the 21st moves, I'm still perfect with F6 on the first move. I do need 9 F6s against D4. Yes, that's correct. 9 F6s, and I need 9 more Knight H6s. 4 more Knight A6s to at least get to 10, double digits. So C5, we're at 205. We're just going to keep going. Right now we're at 2.1K for this. It's hard to believe that D5 matching D4 is behind the move C5 on the first move, but this move C5 on the first move is avoiding the London in all cases. In any event, we simply play a sniper-like fashion. So the line was going to continue. Bishop takes e8, knight to g5, bishop f5, bishop takes e4, f5, bishop takes g4, a6, knight c3, and then bishop d7, and all is well that ends well, right? Because we always have, I've actually thrown in bishop to d4 check in this position before. It doesn't show it here because it's indexing 12 other players, but castles doesn't even know that oh, well, after castles, I've not been in this position before. But in this position, I've been here. Wow, it says I've only been here once. It's hard to believe. Lichess is so far behind my chess-based database. So bishop to b3. It really did like me to put it on this side, even though I was a little bothered by the idea of bishop to g5. Right? So knight f6 takes, and then bishop g5. I just have to move away straight away, of course. There's no way he can bring in the gumptions. Although now, of course, it likes the other move that I like, which is d5. Knight e5, rook c8. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Do not like this at all, at all, at all, at all. In any event, Ron was suggesting the advantage just keeps growing. We have to get back to the main line. Oh, so it was right around here. Instead of rook takes c1, he's suggesting knight g4 check, and rook h8 is not mate because he can give away the bishop. Is that the problem? Knight g4, rook h8, bishop h4, rook takes, king g3, rook takes, bishop takes. I am up a rook in that position. But in this game, I'm going to be up 2 rooks for 2 bishops. Yeah, now my move was good, I thought. Unless it's corrected here. It says it likes knight g4 better. But honestly, rook takes c1, my move prevails. My move prevails. Let's go back to the main page to see if we're in a game. Oh no, I lost on time. Let's see if we can oh no. I can no longer rejoin the tournament. That's a bummer. I wonder if I can change that. I have to change that for the moment. Unfortunately, for this, as a streamer, I cannot have this be the case. I deserve it for this one, though. I am permanently banned from this one. Let's watch a game while we're at it. Ron Haye versus Rocco. Rocco. So far, so good. Up the exchange, white is trying to batten down the hatches. Batten down the hatches. Now, is that really dangerous? It's a good question. Looks like we have to play knight to d7, c6, knight to d5. We went for the X-ray defense, allowing doubling. Or the pawn on b4 is guarded. No, don't lose your knight, Ron. Do not lose your knight, sir. Ouch. Ron is attempting. By all accounts and purposes, I might have tried even more. Any type of swindle that he can manage. Or was it better to play Oh, but now the queen could have blocked with check. Could have lost a rook there. No, we needed to be able to get to b4, Ron. What's going on with my mouse? It's acting funny. Won't undo my markings on the board. Chess skills in life. Death is checkmate. Thank you. Yeah. The skills in life, basically decision making, curbing impulsiveness, which is really, really huge. You must curb your impulsiveness. It is very, very important to curb impulsiveness. It defines and refines your character, which is really huge. I'm going to try to formulate this one a little bit better for you, but basically all of the things that you can do if you're doing this for school, unfortunately defines, refines, and improves your character skills if you are paying attention. If you are paying attention. So the top four should be paired together. Oh, but I might get Charles Numero Uno or Ron Haye. Well, one of them is going to get Nice-L Chess. Nice-L Chess just beat Ron, right? No, Rocco just beat Ron. I've already played Nice-L, so I'm either getting Ron, Charles. I could get Dragon Emperor. Oh, no. Oh, interesting. VGM. Namaste. So against G3, we're going to go with the traditional. The closed Sicilian is always going to be better for black. Are we going to play this the same way? Are we?
Hi Master Chess Dojo.
Good morning, Paul. How are you? I've still not checked my email for what you sent me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4 defending it. So we are going to have to watch out for losing. At the last move, I was actually almost going to lose. Or was I? Maybe I wasn't going to lose material. Let's see what we can do.
Don't worry, the email is still there.
Indeed it is. Do I wish to go in this direction? Or do I want that to go in that direction? We're just going to step away. Wow, it gave up that beautiful bishop. Hard to believe. Moment of truth. So should I go for symmetrical or should I not? I don't think I have a choice. I have to go for symmetrical. Fighting for the center. Cheese. Cheese, please. Yes, yes, I know what you're up to. I have been there.
I saw Ankara with the vanity plate reading yip yip. He must be as big a fan as you.
I've been there before. Yip, yip, indeed. Yip, yip, indeed.
We can't see the 8th rank.
Not again? What? Oh, I know why that is. It is because of this mode. So I tend to be out of. Thank you so much. See, did I tell you this yesterday or the day before? That Paul wasn't here?
Yip is only 2 of 4 so far.
It happens. Now we have to cross and cover.
Poor chess queen, 4 straight losses.
This is not good, folks. What did I do? What did I do? When I could have just simply taken his knight. I literally blundered. The chess queen has a lot to prove. That much is true. But I'm happy with her start, actually. Yippee. Did very okay in the first 3 games. She started off the tournament rough. I believe, with a loss, and she scored a nice win against. She drew, then she won. Divya Deshmukh, I think, is torturing the whole field. Torching the whole field. Where is it? Watch. Broadcasts. Cairn's Cup. So she drew with Alice Lee is torching the field, I think, right? Alice Lee had her first loss yesterday. Interesting. I'm so sorry for her. I like Alice a lot. Alice follows me on Instagram and socials, and she is very kind. She likes my stuff.
10 is 3.5 out of 4.
Yes, Zhongyi. Right, so she drew Humpy. And then she beat Chess Queen, who seems to be the tournament punching bag. And then she lost in the first round to Tan, who's in first place, who cannot be stopped. Well, if you're going to lose to anyone, if you're going to have one loss, that's the player that you want to be roughing it against. So the 4 games, where's the score? Can everybody see this score? Yes. So it's 5.5 to, no, that's the Sonnenborg Burger. 1. Oh, the score is right here. 3.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. 2.5. She's right in pole position, though. What happened to Divya? Oh, Divya is tied for... Oh, well, she was tied for first. At whatever moment, I remember her being tied for first. Anyone can be stopped, indeed. Bibi Sara, I'm very happy for her. I'm following Bibi Sara, you can see. Oh, no, you can't actually see that. But I like the fact that you can follow players. I'm not following Bibi Sara. I don't think that Sindarov has any influence over her choice of games. Oh, it's 7:04, and we have to get the next team announcement out. The current Malcolm Pein Swiss is still going with 15 participants. Very happy to say. I'm not on page 2, thankfully, with the 2/3-0 versus 2 wins. So meanwhile, so getting back to chess's life. Oh man, I should have done it when I had a chance. I'm going to create a reel or a so I got a full point buy. So this works out well. We'll watch Ron Haye here as black. Ron is really working Anish Giri's lifetime repertoire in the Dragon course. So chess is life. Chess helps with your test-taking ability, your performance ability, because it prepares you for tournaments.
Was Magician of Riga a perfect example of chess defining life?
I would not say that. Yeah, ironically, he had a very serious weakness for alcohol. And unfortunately, Tal's life skills were relatively the same as his reckless, youthful chess behavior. He was able to curb his aggressive play. Ultimately, I don't think you're supposed to play bishop d7 on the 9th move against g4. Oh, unless you're really going for it. This is interesting. Charles Numero Uno is white. It's a true battle. So meanwhile, yeah, chess skills that transfer to real life are relatively straightforward. A, it helps with your test-taking ability because you are better at managing your time and selecting among candidates, especially multiple choice tests. Writing, following through on projects, planning, all of these life skills are very direct for the most part. Curbing impulsive behavior. Unfortunately, there are some things that really stand out because chess skills in real life also, chess helps define and refine your character. So if you're a jerk in real life, chances are you may be a jerk at the chessboard. I do notice that my skills on the chessboard in straight pool and in poker are often very similar. Lack of attention to detail, sometimes a little reckless but creative behavior, things like that. They are very obvious and constant. So if once I correct my ways, my inadequacies in one fashion in one of my endeavors, then I can usually bring that correction across all of my endeavors. Chess skills certainly do reflect much of what is going on in real life. So it looks like this followed by that.
Pool involves motor skills, so it's different from chess.
I disagree. It is a mental sport. It does involve motor skills, but the choices that you make at the billiards table, let's just say one shot over another, being reckless versus being safety play, is very evident. Very, very obvious and evident. Safety play wins games in billiards. Now, we're not talking three-cushion billiards because there it's mostly creativity and a lot less defense, although you can try to place three-cushion billiards balls where the opponent will not. I would have played knight to b3 first and taken a light squared bishop. But okay. Interesting. Bishop e6, rook on a to c8. Pawn to b5. All of these skills from the Ron Haye perspective are interesting. Let's get our mouse out of the way. But no, it is mainly and primarily decision making in pool and in billiards.
If you make the right decision in pool, you can still miss your shot. If you make the right decision in chess, the piece is going to go where you want it unless it's online and a mouse slip.
But we are primarily talking about life skills, decision-making skills, and not necessarily the specifics of what goes on in each game. Here we're having a tough time defending the a7 pawn, or is it a problem? It's not really a problem, is it? I believe b5 should be played. The weakening of the f6 square for the pawn on d6, is that really a problem? Is he really trying to take on d5? So b5 could have been played last move. I did not see any reason to dilly-dally, because now we don't have to worry about knight f4 as much because we have knight f6 check. allowing b4a. This is exactly what it was designed against. Not sure why we moved our pieces backwards at all. So is the b5 pawn hanging? That is the question. This must be taken. Thought it had to be taken. Since you went to all that trouble to guard. And protect. Starting to look a little iffy here. But the knight is dominated. a5, a4 is coming. There is no inroad on the king side because of the bishop and the queen. Yep. Rook to d4 was also possibly fascinating. Oops. Just a little slow. Bishop takes knight. Oh, he goes the other way, but that can be defended against. I was looking at queen f6 check there. Unfortunately, that was a little slow.
Appreciate your chess and life advice, sir. But unfortunately the magician of Regal is my idol because of his tactics and sacrifices. I just hope my health or later life doesn't turn out to be like that of my idol.
And we have run out of steam. Oh, Ron, you really needed to get that knight on c1 out of the way, queen to b2, and just try to dive in with everything you had. Losing the rook on c8 was bad. It's true, but the same recklessness. Let's just say that the reason why Mikhail Tal is not taught, or was not taught, in the former Soviet Union was because his style was so decidedly aggressive on the one half. It was not built on a foundation of strengths. Take, for example, the most recent skyscraper in New York City, which was crumbling on the 21st floor because of an ambitious plan to try to add weight to the building, to try to add rooms to the building. This foundational understanding in architecture would not allow that building to be in danger by any means in the first place, because they would just not allow anyone to approach the decision making from that aggressive, or let's just say reckless, stance. Mikhail Tal was a very adventurous, creative individual, and that does not always work for the very long run. It's just too bad. So I actually studied Tal when I was younger, and I lost so many rating points because of his influence over my play. I lost so many rating points. Uh-oh, I also have to go to the other tournament and play the other tournament as well. So I have less than 4 minutes to go to the other tournament. I'm going to move this to this screen. I apologize. Ready, set, and go. Yes, I will pre-move. D4 on move number 2. Oh no! This could cause a little bit of a problem. Fortunately.
How's it going? Today I was playing so bad.
Let's
Straight
keep up
through
the
2
aggression.
games.
Yes. Wow. We do have a space advantage now to compensate for our missing pieces. Where is that knight going? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can we allow that? I don't know. Where is he going from here? Let's just see what we can do. You are on vacation over there, sir? Fair enough. Let's see what we can get out of this mix. How are we doing on time? Oh no, I might have lost my game in the Malcolm Pein Blitz. Let's head over to that one. The Rapid Swiss. Pretty pleased. I think I lost it. White timeout. Yes, I just lost it, which is very unfortunate. We're going to have to take care of that separately. I should have tried. Desperately, desperately tried. So where does he go from here? We'll keep it up. Trapping the rook. Can't believe we had to sack a piece in this. It is extremely unfortunate. As it turns out, unfortunate.
Nice tactic.
It was very useful, right? We can let that sit on the board for a moment, as we did not expect, having spotted our opponent a piece in the first round, being able to play such a nice move. It's always good to attack a rook with a queen when you can. Always nice.
Nice.
Where are we? Charles Numero Uno. Are we only at... Oh, round 7 has started, so we can watch the end of this tournament. I should have made a move in my other game, which I didn't, so my opponent could have gotten rating points. It's very unfortunate that I did not. Is Charles gonna... That was a nice move. And then the outside passed pawn is what's going to draw him away. He cannot afford to move too close. Let us see the technique. No, you have to show the technique. The technique in that position, no matter where he moves, right? So if he tries to go to d3, we're simply going to move to the other side of the king, and we're going to just make the box a little bit smaller. So if he tries to move forward, we can bring our king closer, and then closer, and then closer. Oops, not that close. And then closer. And the moment he plays a move such as king e1, we have two choices for the fastest possible checkmate. We can play either queen to c2, or we can play king to e3 straight away. Personally, I prefer queen to c2 in this particular case, if they do that. But obviously, if he plays king to d1, king to e3 leads to mate right away, which is all well and good.
Maybe he should have kept playing in the hope of a mouse slip.
What other games are going on here? Only one other game between Ron Haye. This game looks like it's over. We need to move and migrate quickly. Charles Numero Uno won this tournament. Nicely done. Malcolm Pein. Bring on the pain. Oh, that's the Sunday Punch on the Rapid Swiss. Oh, I didn't advertise our current event. Oops. Where's the, that's what's going on. One moment while I do that for a moment. I will catch up. I should have done it earlier. Terribly sorry, everyone. Copy link address. No, copy link text. Team update. Send it up. So at least we got our warning out there. Did I miss 2 games? I did miss 2 games. The second round started without me because I was here. And the first one was won by Charles, I believe. Nicely done. Charles Numero Uno is back. He needs that experience. Experience is key. Review. Review. Hold on. Review. Congrats. Charles Numero Uno. Let's head over to the Rapid, where Malcolm Payne's birthday continues. And of course, I got a full point buy in the 3rd round. Who's not moving? Is he still here? No. He has played 300 even games. That much is true. And he's brand new to the dojo. Let's go back. We'll grab it, copy URL, go forward. C'est la vie. Can I get there from here? Hopefully he has 4 minutes to show up, which is slowing down the event for the rest of us. Which is very sad. Terribly, terribly sad. So the World Championship in Geneva. Jerry Goose, namaste. Great to see you. I apologize for not addressing you sooner directly. Labous on a 5-stream streak. Namaste. Great to have you here. Pegasus is working on his 15-game streak, I believe. Oh boy. I tell you, once people do this, it's really a bother. Has he played in anything before? This is the only team that he is a member of. What an embarrassing moment for him to be the only member, the only team that he ever joined, and he did not know what was going on. The yearly Super Blitz Arena.
There once was a man that was sleepy, so the man brewed himself a pot of coffee, but the coffee did not awaken him, so he drank more and more.
That sounds like a good Irish lullaby. Arsenal fan Richie, 20 hours ago. He wakes up a little later in the day, or he is getting the kids off to school. Perhaps a new job. 3,460 members. Let's see how we're doing. quite a number today. Actually, only 4 today. Only 4 new members today. And he was one of them, which is very sad. He joined 19 minutes ago and then completely forgot that he was in the arena when he left. How are we doing on time? Hopefully it doesn't affect too many others in their schedule. Still have a full minute to go. Yeah, it is important that you follow through on whatever you start. This is another great character feature that is exemplified and practiced in chess. Throughout a chess game, if you're going to be successful, you have to follow through on your plans and be very, very consistent about completing what you start, which is a great life skill that is often overlooked. Great life skills in chess that could also be seen in life. Another that we could easily ascertain is that I became a much better researcher and paper writer when I was in high school, when I learned how tournament chess and my behavior and my planning also affected my test-taking ability, my time management on exams, and things like that. I do believe that tournament chess helps immensely, and it is a great chess metaphor for life, and the fact that you have to accomplish a certain amount in your daily schedule as well, and you have to manage your time wisely. And we're off. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, we're going to try to get some of our C4s in here with white when we get a chance. Not just E4, but okay. If he allows me. Interesting. I see, said the blind man. Do we want to take once, or do we just want to grab the space? I feel like we should grab the space, but is this a Gurgenidze system that could bite us in the tuchus in the long run? Let's just let him do the developing for us. Mm-hmm. 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 I don't mind the sacrifice of a pawn among friends. As it turns out. Could have used a knight on that square, really. Correct? Let's prepare just in case he's planning on attacking us again.
E6 is a target.
Certainly is. We're going to be very patient about that. We're not going to necessarily go at it. Thank you for the bit, by the way, Ron. He is always a welcome feature in the dojo. Really? So now you're taking the pressure off of this in order to do that? Okay. But isn't this a problem? Let's see what he captures with, right? Let us see what he captures with. He must be very mindful here. And we win a piece. He does have a counter-attacking move. Are we letting him? Wow. This, that, and the other thing, huh? Can't make up my mind. But let's do a little bobbing and weaving. The rook is unprotected. The pawn is unprotected. Can't even begin to tell you what's being attacked next. Oh, well, that's a sad story. Knight takes, knight takes, knight takes, knight, rook takes. Wow. Very kind of him.
Why was taking with the f-pawn better than taking with the d-pawn?
I wanted to avoid something. I can't think of why it was that I'm avoiding it now, but we remove the defender of the promotion square. But let's take a quick peek at whether or not I was correct in that. But basically, I wanted to control, I actually had this delusion that I was going to get a pass pot on this file with the help of the C. But I might have been just totally wrong. Queen to C2 was correct. Queen to C3 might have been better. Interesting. I don't see the difference. I thought the other knight had to come over, and I was originally planning on playing C5, removing the defender, so he has to guard this knight somehow. So when he plays back here, C5, Queen D5, Bishop C4 is all best. Bishop takes, and we're up a pizza. This all became very peculiar. I was looking, knight on F to D3 is the correct move. I was not aware of the weakness of my bishop on this unprotected E3 square. So I probably should have thought about that instead of just going aggressively toward this. And rook on F to E1, again addressing the weakness of E3. But I decided to try to go for it. So bishop takes, and it looks like it's negligible. But I didn't really want to trade rooks just yet. If I take on this square, I fix the E6 pawn as a weakness. My bishop is coming in. I have this, right? And at the same time, I felt like this pawn needed to be defended with that knight. I was wrong, of course, because after this particular move, he could try to escape. I don't really have anything in this position other than my original plan of playing bishop to g5, and that would justify my bishop being on this square, not losing a tempo. But if I were to take with the other pawn, The computer doesn't think of it as any grave mistake. Rook takes d1. Yeah, I'm up in material. You're right, but it's less creative. Far less creative. 7:42. I may have time for one more game before I go. I must take the missus to the train station, and I'll be back. The grandson does not have to go to camp today. Let's open up Outlook so we can see Paul's birthday surprises, Paul's birthday suggestions, as well as, my God, there's so much email I haven't done. The only thing I don't like about Outlook is that it does not mark my email as read in the original mailboxes for some strange reason. So if I read all of my Master Chess Dojo email, or all of my Yahoo email, or even all of my school email, then I have to go and mark it all as read again. And then you get the junk mail from Ukrainian girls. I am not interested, unfortunately. They are not my type. I am often of the I'll get myself into trouble by saying anything more. How's everyone doing? All right, the drop for us is 2 months free of Audible. For a subscription of 2 months or more. Very kind of Twitch to offer me 2 months, to offer viewers 2 months to sub. Looking good here. I don't know that I have time anymore for another game at the moment. It's getting a little close. Ron Haye versus Tony the Man. This gives us plenty of time to review in a separate window while keeping an eye on the tournament. Basically, you do have to do that. So you'll still get the bing in the background. So what was wrong with... Oh, this bishop is pinned. That is a problem. Tony the Man is hanging tight with Ron. Tony the Man seems to have an extra pizza. But there is Gegenspiel. There's a lot of Gegenspiel. I'm not sure what's holding up the bishop on b2. Is it mate? Really? The bishop on b2? No, it wasn't mate. We always could block with the rook or the bishop. So if he had taken our bishop on b2, queen to h8 check, king e7, any check, then we can block with the knight, but then queen takes g7, king back to g8, e8, queen takes b7. Interesting. All right, so it all works out well. Seems like we still have to play the other way. Queen h8, king e7, rook e1. We don't have much of a choice. But he is going for the taking advantage of a pin problem. Is it still possible to play queen h8, king f7? This could be a problem. Mm-hmm. So he got it back. Good job, Ron. What? We didn't take the knight, sir. Oh, no, we did not take the knight. Are we getting it in any other way? Ron wants more than taking a knight back, I guess. Our king is extremely exposed. No, king g2, queen d2. Rook e2 without the pin would have been better. Keeping everything pinned.
I would have taken the knight.
Yeah, I would have taken the knight too. If Paul 1e4 is going to take the knight, you know you're in trouble when. Aha! Are we going to get it with rook e5, queen d2, rook e2? Ron, such balls. Such cojones, Ron. Oh my god. Such cojones, I tell you. I'd have gone forward, but he's got what it takes. I don't know about this one, but it is Gegenspielen. That king booking. I might have just gone forward. Oops. And now the rook falls, and Ron has managed to win this game. Believe it or not. Do we think that he can win it? As long as he doesn't move his king to the wrong square with his rook on the wrong square, then he is in business. We need to zug him. We've got to zug him, zug him. We've got to zug him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look good. But Ron came back from death's door.
I think the strategy for black is to keep the knight close to the king.
Indeed, and to stay off the edge of the board unless it is on these rows for the most part. The king can be against the edge of the board with the knight as long as we don't get stuck in the corner where the knight has very limited movement. We're going for the 50 move rule. The last capture might have been on 71. Or I'm sorry, 72. So we have until move 120 or a 3-time repetition, whichever comes first. I don't blame him. He has to try to win this. King c4 is somewhat forced. Got to get him down to the second rank. Somehow he has to push him back to the second rank. That is not easy. That's a concession, one would think.
One of the nice thing about online chess is that there is never any question about 3-move repetition or the 50-move rule.
That is correct. You cannot fool somebody because they have an incomplete score sheet or not. Mm-hmm. He's back into the 4 center squares. This is the drawback. If he's in the 4 center squares, there's very little that we can do. All right. So he's finally off of the 4 center squares. Usually it's king e5, knight d3, king d5, knight e5, king 2, e3. We may or may not get him to move back even further. Chose the right square. I believe king e4 is proper here. It all is the same. More than likely, it's all the same. So let's see. White declines draw. White declines draw. Go for it, Ron. I agree. I believe that it's rook to the other side of the board. That way we can check him back if needed. We're going to gain some space.
Why would white accept a draw offer when it is impossible to lose?
Good question. The other great thing about the Gmail app is that you are able to look at all mailboxes. You used to be able to do this in Outlook, so I'm not entirely positive why. We have to give him the check, Ron. Must give him the check. So now how do we get there from here? It looks like the knight is almost dominated after king d5. Or is it king d4, king up? I might have gone with king d5 first. Then we get to pin him. Rook to the other side. If the knight moves to where we think it's going to move to, which it has to. Yes, this is good. Rook to c1. No, we can't let him start this all over again. King c6. Oh, I blundered. So now, unfortunately, we can no longer pin when he reaches this square. Because we need to keep him on the second rank. So rook c3 is the only move? No? Yes? Maybe so? "18 moves to go, or 20 moves to go, and we're finally making progress. That's the only reason I'm not leaving this. Fascinating. Nope, now he's got back to the 4th rank again. He is now back onto the 4th rank. That's a different 3rd rank that we are on now. Mm-hmm. I think we ran out of our chance when he got off the 3rd rank. Off the 2nd rank, I mean, when he got onto the 3rd rank. This is a moment of truth. Rook to c4 check. King back, but how do we keep him there? Rook, king. Rook. I might have put the king onto the 4th rank just to prove it. He didn't make the mistake of playing knight c5. That much is true. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Opening theory and, hold on, what was that last one? This was from Death is Checkmate. Opening theory and freestyle. I hope you're still here. Are you still here? Death is Checkmate. I'm sorry to have delayed that response while I was watching this. Death is Checkmate. The really great thing about... All right, and the last game going. There is one more game going. I do need to set the raid up for Anamaya. All right, I'm coming. 30 seconds. Basically, the benefit to freestyle is that all of the opening theory has been rewritten. That is the lovely thing about chess is fresh. Instead of having to play moves like knight h3 or f3, king f2 on move number 1 and 2, with freestyle, all of the chalkboard has been erased as far as opening theory goes. The primary opening plans, controlling the center, activating your pieces, getting your king safe, are still in place, though. You still have to absolutely follow those rules. Have a great day. And let's roll the ending credits. Thank you all for being here. Cheers and ciao. We're going to visit Anamaya. Have a great day. Paul 184, thank you. Pegasus, thank you. Laboost 74 for the 5-game streak. Namaste, everyone.